The most anticipated open-world gacha game, Wuthering Waves, has just released its second closed beta test, and having seen a lot of what the game has to offer, I genuinely believe this game is the Genshin killer. And no, it's not another Tower of Fantasy. This game is better than Genshin in so many ways I don't even know where to start. Let's just start with the elephant in the room, the combat. So the combat is vastly different from Genshin's. So different that it's another genre of combat, specifically the Souls-like genre. For those that don't know, the Souls-like genre is a lot more punishing. Every hit you take matters a lot more. You can dodge in both Genshin and Wuthering Waves. However, there's things such as perfect dodging in Wuthering Waves, which is just
that's a thing. Okay.
Satisfying. Executing a perfect dodge in Wuthering Waves slows down time, just like the dodges in
Tower of Fantasy.
Third. Or their previous game. They've also added this quick time event mechanic called a concerto skill, which makes your characters perform special skills upon switching to them. This adds an additional layer of depth many players have been asking for years. While Genshin never had this system, their older game Hawkeye Impact 3rd certainly did. Which means they could have made the combat more interesting, but they decided not to cater to the casuals. Not that there's anything wrong with that, don't get me wrong. To be able to correctly battle your enemies, you also have to study their fighting patterns, which is common in Souls-like games. So you can't just constantly focus on yourself, you also have to focus on the enemy now. So there's a lot more skill involved, so to speak. Which is precisely what makes Souls-like games so addicting to the players. You don't need skill in Genshin. Just run Hyper Bloom and you win. Anyone who spends money on
True though, that's true.
The reason why Wuthering Waves won't be able to kill Genshin, so to speak. Pointing precisely to the combat of the game, which is very complex compared to Genshin, of course, as I explained before. They say this genre is a niche and that not many people will actually be able to adapt themselves to this game. But here's my counterpoint. This game is obviously not going to be as hard as a Dark Souls game. Remember what game also wasn't as hard as Dark Souls and completely blew everyone away? Bringing the Souls genre into the mainstream? Yes, you guessed correctly, Elden Ring. At a time when not many games were releasing, everyone decided to give it a shot. And look what happened. It turned out to be one of the best-selling games of all time. Which is to say that I also expect an Elden Ring type of effect to happen with Wuthering Waves. I genuinely believe that people can put aside their brutal body pillow and actually give this game a go. Whether they're the type of player that picks mint or does resonance activities or goes into co-op, it doesn't matter. Whether they love Genshin or not doesn't matter. They will try this combat, they will get interested in it, and most will love it. Which brings us into the gacha aspect of the game. You should spend money on Wuthering Waves is pretty nuanced actually, because the game is a skill-based game first and foremost. Someone bad at it may want to spend more, while someone good may want to spend less because they don't need it. The gacha system, which is literally just Genshin's system, but like slightly better in terms of...
that's not bad, that's not bad.
A lot
We're used to it.
When it comes to the weapons.
And this tells me that Wuthering Waves is coming after the Genshin fandom. They are. It's just, if they can just focus on marketing, trust me, they'll go a long way. I said that in the cast, and I don't think I've seen much back and forth when it comes to that point. That's like I think I hit the nail in the head. If they can just go after Genshin's strongest point, which is its popularity, yes, this thing can kill Genshin. It won't kill it, but it just will surpass it. And isn't that what killing is?
80, which is 10 less than Genshin's. And the chance
Y'all DM on Twitter.
Went up
that's true. You guys can do that.
6 to 0.8, which is better than nothing. Let's be honest. But on the weapon banner,
it's perfect, a 100% chance, and that's fantastic.
Which
I like
is
that.
Absolutely insane.
True.
Keep in mind.
Now I can look at weapon banners. Also, they look good.
We don't know how generous they will be
when they release.
100%.
100%.
They may be stingier.
Who knows?
True. I don't expect them to be stingier, especially due to their great track record of being generous. But let's be honest, it's hard to be stingier than Genshin, especially.
It's not. I'm not underestimating that.
No, I genuinely expect.
I'll keep my expectations in the middle, dude.
Especially the story. The story was honestly mid and
I heard this sentiment a lot. I haven't seen it, I haven't played it, But I hear that the sentiment in the streets when it comes down to the Wuthering Waves story was
honestly mid. At least
I just hope the game is not promoted by rats and slime. Otherwise, the same thing will happen in Genshin and will happen in Wuthering Waves. No. That's not going to be the thing. First of all, they can't. Right? It doesn't have the Hoyo logo. Those guys are signed contracts. They sold their souls. They cannot like promote it 100%. They cannot, even if they wanted to. I don't think they can. See, the problem is their communities will come and they will try it out. But if anybody is open to try another game and give a shot to another game, they're not those diehard Genshin fans, and that's a good thing. If anything, we get to have more clean people in the Wuthering Waves community or in the Genshin community. Like, we can all play Genshin then, and it's fine. Because these are people that actually have a fucking brain and can go, okay, Genshin isn't the only game in this planet, and it's not the perfect product. I can play Star Rail, play this, play that. It's cool.
Yet, if this is the changed story, I don't think it will suffice either. Though we'll
it won't.
When the game actually
it won't. See, the issue with that is I hear a lot of, oh, it's the story, it's this. Yes, story plays a huge, massive role, but it's not everything. It's like sex. Yes, sex plays a massive role in a romantic relationship, but it's not everything. If you have trash personality, if you're financially unstable, if you're physically overweight or like you're not what the other person wants, no shot at, overweight people, just keep on the grind and, you know what you should probably be doing. It's okay if no good lore. It just needs to be satisfactory. That's all I care about personally. If the gameplay is good, if it's challenging, if I get to play with friends, it's popular enough where we could like have all bunch of people and meet all kinds of people through it, I'm all for it. Kuro Games about to anally fuck MiHoYo. Well, see, that's just it. Will they though? Now, if you're gonna go in with all lubed up, condom and everything on, yeah, they're not gonna feel shit. But we need to go in raw. Who is she? She clean.
Everyone gives the right feedback and doesn't mislead the dev team. But wanting to improve the story and listen to play.
Okay, the females look a little alike, maybe.
Genshin lacks.
Could be because like they want them to be Asian. Could be.
Genshin Impact's lore is amazing. Like,
it is.
The lore is genuinely a lot more than you can expect from a gacha game, especially. But when it comes to the storytelling itself, the things that you see in front of you, it's trash. At least until Fontaine, but that's another video for another day.
Yeah, 100%.
The thing that Genshin Impact never solved is the community feedback problem.
Yep, and that's the only issue we have right now.
They literally got the lowest complaint handling rate in Q4 2023. Yep. Which truly shows how much they care about the consumer.
100%.
Crazy how people still defend this business practice.
Don't bully my $1 billion company! Oh god.
They will not address the problems with the game. Like endgame, they don't care about veteran players. They don't care about giving you jack for rewards because they've festered such a community that will tell you that you're ungrateful, just like me. That you have to accept every problem with the game because it's free. If you're someone that does this, you are promoting toxic positivity.
I'll let him cook. I was about to pause and get into that point, but knowing Archaneki, he's gonna cook. Let him.
Back to reality, because Eula is not your girlfriend, buddy. Anyway, so if...
No, I think he should have expanded on that one. The issue with, oh, it's free. It's not free. Why are they $1 billion company then? It's not free. Premium games are not free. They are meticulously designed. They're predatory games that want to manipulate your psyche. They're very dangerous games. Why? Okay, if it's so free, how did the day one I was like, oh, it's free to play, let's go. Hey, let's have some fun. Before I knew it, after 3 years, I spent at least $200. At least. If not $300 or $400. Yes, in 3 years... Considering everything and how people just spend money on the internet, I know that's nothing because it's 3 fucking years. But still, like the game will encourage microtransactions so bad. That's the whole new gaming meta. That's a terrible take. Oh, it's a free game. Just play for free or like quit. It's just free. Like why the fuck do you care? No, it's not. Okay, it's not. Especially when it finally got me invested emotionally in this shit. I feel like emotional investment is worth more than monetary investment. Just saying.
Studio continues listening to feedback even after release, just like Honkai Star Rail. That is a great sign for the game's future. And if they don't stop listening to feedback upon amazing success, that will extend the game's lifetime by like, I don't know how many years, but it
100%.
would be insane. Anyways, let's talk about echoes.
Who the fuck was that?
The artifacts slash relics, the equipment
Oh, that's the echoes.
that you give your characters in this game. Whatever stats they get is still RNG, just like Genshin or Honkai.
That's
But
okay.
the main difference here is that they actually serve a purpose and are not just a stat stick. They are the coolest interpretation of equipment you could possibly imagine. As the name suggests, echoes are literally echoes of enemies. There are many different rarities of
So I get to summon a bunch of demons I killed
echoes
to assist me?
You can either summon them or transform into them for a short time in a battle. Seeing as each enemy has its own abilities, you also have to give the ability to control them, which is actually crazy to think about. But
That's
get
clean.
this, you can farm them in the open world without spending any stamina. You don't have to go into some stupid artifact domain anymore. Wanna know what else is crazy? And this is gonna blow your mind, but there is a shiny system in this game.
Yeah,
You
I
know
heard.
the shiny system for Pokemon?
Yeah.
It's literally just that.
And that's fantastic in my opinion, because people will farm for that shit. I know I might. If I might find myself bored on stream or something, I might do
chance
that.
of getting a different colored echo. This
Sometimes, like, if I just want to walk around, I'm bored, want to off my brain, I can do that.
In search of something but mint. So you know,
I know.
all those mint
Imagine
and
that.
resonance activity idiots. They will always have something to do now, which will ease jumping ship by a lot. And while on the topic, let's talk about the open world and the art design, which they improved tremendously from the first beta test. Because Kuro Games actually listens to feedback. They were always trying to go for this post-apocalyptic look, but it always felt a little too gloomy.
Too gloomy, yeah.
And now
100%.
looking at it, it is incredible. It looks amazing. This proves that you can have a world that both
I hate gloomy looks
and is still
like vibrant. Yeah, exactly.
Sure,
a perfect
hopping
mixture.
over from Genshin, it may seem a little darker than you'd like.
So what?
It may not be the same as your comfort game, but it's still pretty good looking.
Exactly.
The one thing that should be said
shit,
is
what's
that the
that?
open world needs to be more filled, in my opinion. We don't want another Forspoken. But on the topic of traversing this open world,
Oh my god,
you
look at
can
that.
literally
Run up walls, bro. What the
Climbing doesn't
fuck?
feel like a pain anymore. Lastly, they also redesigned some of the characters to look a lot
That's
better.
good.
I don't know what the hell happened here though. And now,
It's better.
coming to the conclusion, is this the Genshin killer? And I'd have to
Alright,
say
let him kill.
yes and no.
no. Okay.
Whether it is a Genshin killer or not depends on your definition of a Genshin killer. Tower of Fantasy was blatantly advertising themselves as a Genshin killer, despite being completely different genres, despite being a mobile game MMO, which are objectively trash. Completely different genre. The game was terrible. The game was bound to flop anyways.
100%.
That BS Genshin killer advertising got them popular for a month, until people realized it was trash. So their definition didn't hold up. If you define this game as something that will make Genshin irrelevant, then you're wrong. That is a delusional take, as way too many people have this sunk cost fallacy. Yes, a lot of players do genuinely have sunk cost fallacy, meaning they don't want to quit because of the time they invested in it. The time they spent with
I actually
Yainika.
am gonna make a video about that. We're gonna talk about that soon.
I saw people online saying, it's just Genshin 2.0, bro. There's no difference. Besides the combat, it's just the same. But what you don't realize is that having devs that actually respond to community
there's always gonna be
feedback
improvements.
is super important.
100%.
Maybe not to you if you're like this.
I love Oreos. I love Oreo shit.
Every time I see a Genshin survey, I laugh. Because they don't give a damn in reality.
They don't.
It's
Yeah,
just
you're talking
there
to a wall.
make them look good. It gives you nothing more than an illusion that they're actually listening to you. Yes, I said it. All those paragraphs you wrote, they went to deaf ears. Congratulations, you
They went to the
wasted your
other
time.
team, the new games team.
I'll admit, I also
want this
had
character
this
so bad.
problem a year ago. I also didn't want to play it because I had spent like 1,000 hours on the game. And I can imagine it feeling even worse if you spent a lot of money on it. Quitting
100%.
Genshin doesn't even mean you have to abandon the game. It just means not logging in for dailies and stuff. I do genuinely believe most people will get over it eventually. And the remaining idiots may stay sucking mint. But at the end of the day, Wuthering Waves will never make Genshin irrelevant. The only thing that will make Genshin irrelevant is Genshin itself.
And they
So
are already
if the
doing that.
definition of a Genshin killer is simply overtaking Genshin Impact,
Yes.
then yes, I believe this game can
My man.
overtake Genshin
My
as the
man.
number
Yes.
one gacha
Exactly.
game.
See, hey, that's clean. That's exactly what I think as well. That's clean.
SR has done it, and that's a completely different genre. It
Right,
doesn't
exactly.
matter if it's made from the same company.
Same company or
I
not.
believe
Exactly.
that provided they fix the bugs, provided they improve the story, provided
Man,
they
I can't wait.
continue
That's that
listening to
Okay, who's
player
that bitch? I need her.
feedback, and most
Yeah, bro is
importantly,
clean.
provided that
He's the Mad
Genshin
Dragon Man. That's like
continues
the
to
limited
ignore
character, right? I
player
want him.
feedback, players finally wake up to the fact that there's a better game out there, then yes, it will overtake it. At least in a few years. But what will
Thank
not
you,
be
that's what I'm
if she
saying.
finds out I
That's what
cheated
I'm
on
saying.
her? Oh, I don't know if I can leave Genshin. Oh no, I don't wanna disappoint her. Then continue being a pussy, Peter. No
Thank
one
you.
cares. Only quality content here, folks. Subscribe.
Thank you. Wait, I'm not subscribed? Holy shit. What the fuck happened there? Subscribe. Subscribe to Ardeneki.